and it's been really inspiring. And we loved it so much to come and help you guys out, and we really enjoy the farm staff and everything that comes with it, the cabana land, the toilets, the showers, and just everything. It's been like the greatest trip, and you guys made it so perfect. So thank you so much for it and having us here. And please keep having new students here, because this is like the greatest adventure you can have as a young people, to come as a young adult, to come and try to live in the nature like this. And yeah, I don't know if you remember, but I asked you when we had the jungle party what your spirit animal was, because I didn't remember when you said it on like the first day.
Yeah.
But then you said a cricket. And I was a little bit drunk, so I don't honestly remember the whole story of why it was a cricket, but could you maybe tell it to everybody?
Oh, yeah.
Because I remember it was good.
Yeah. Yeah. Thanks for asking. And I appreciate all your words and the sentiments and the experience you all have gone through. And I know it's something different. And but you guys have done an amazing job coping with everything, and I hope that it put you in a place for growth, and I hope that you carry that with you always. And really, it's so smooth here because of our staff. Everybody here is awesome. So I just want to give some appreciation to everybody working at the because really, class has seen, through the years, we have an exceptional staff right now, and they're always very welcoming and everything. But I, this is one where everybody's like really into it and really just going along and having fun. It's not like a chore to help out or to answer questions or to show how to do something. It's like we're a part of this experience. And anyway, thank you guys. Appreciate it. Being so open to everyone. So, but the reason why it's a cricket is because it's actually the story of my own awakening. Because I grew up in the city of Atlanta, and TL, and Hotlanta, yeah, and but I grew up, kind of in the suburbs of Atlanta. And but my parents used to always take me backpacking, like since I was 4, little kid, and my parents ended up getting divorced when I was around like 13 or something like that, or 12 and 13, those years, and it was pretty rough. And I was kind of like, maybe look back on life and like kind of question everything and what I thought was real and what love is and all those sort of things. And when I would go to the woods and camp, I'd find a place where it was quiet and I could hear, finally, after growing up around the city with constant noise and billboards and cars and sounds, constant, of highways, roads, and sirens, and airplanes, all the time. Busiest airport in the world, Atlanta. And then there's another airport right next to that one, right next to where we live, the train tracks, and all those sounds and the advertising and this commercial society and being amazed, where do you even buy clothes that aren't all the same as everybody else? Because we all shop at the same, we all shop at Gap or Polo or whatever, like everything is the same, and then I see people who are different, and I'm like, how are they different? Like, what is this, and all these sort of things, and what am I? And anyway, one day after I got a car, 16, and so I was able then to drive everywhere around Atlanta and outside of Atlanta to the mountains. And it was 4th of July. It was a full moon, actually. And I looked back and figured this out on the day. And I was, it was like the 3rd of July, actually. It was like the day before the 4th of July. I was driving up in the mountains, and I was going to visit my mom because my stepdad and my mom had gotten like a timeshare condo to stay in up in Helen, Georgia, which is this mountain, kind of Bavarian-themed mountain town. It's kind of funny. And as I was driving up there by myself, I went, winding through these mountain roads. I like noticed this like turnout, and it just seemed familiar. And I turned around and I came back in my car, and it's like, how do I know this place? And so I started driving down this like road that led to this forest, like Forest Service. It's like a park, but it's like a managed forest. And it kept going up this like crazy road, sort of like our driveway, and winding up here and winding up, and then I saw this parking lot. It was the beginning of a trailhead, and I was like, I know this place, And then I got out and I found a flashlight in the glove box, and because it was already about to get dark, and the sun was setting at that point, and I was like, I have to go down this trail, and I started walking down the trail with the light, and I was still like, how do I know this? I don't understand. And then it dawned on me while I was walking down the trail that this is the place where my parents used to take me camping when I was 4, when I was really young. We went other places after that. It's called High Shoals Falls in Georgia, in the trail. And I was walking down, and nighttime, fell, and there's a lot of mountains blocking any other, and trees blocking the moon or the starlight or anything. And my flashlight, I was like halfway down this trail. This is about a mile-long trail, and my flashlight started to flicker, and then it died. And there was no cell phones then. There were. I didn't have one, but they were bags at that point, And so all I had was this flashlight, and it died. And then I found myself halfway down this like steep trail, going down to these waterfalls that I remembered, and I was like in complete darkness, and I was scared. I was like, oh my God, what am I going to do? It's like totally dark here. I won't be able to get out. I won't be able to find my way down or up, and I started to freak out, just in the woods, and I was just like standing there like still, and I just like stood there just kind of frozen in utter darkness, like couldn't see my hands or anything, and by myself up here in the mountains. Why did I even come down this trail? And then that's when I heard it. It was this sound. It was like, it was just like that. It was just like, and I was like, what is that? And then I realized that's a cricket. That's the sound of a cricket landing on a leaf. And then, right when I realized that, all of a sudden I just had like a opening of my awareness, and I felt extremely peaceful all of a sudden, just wash over me, just like, I'm supposed to be here right now. And how do I know that's a cricket? That was like my question. How do I know what that is? I don't know that. How do I know that? But I know that's what it is. And I'm not alone. And there's this animal here, this insect, telling me where something else is in the darkness. And then I started to get confident that I could find my way regardless of the darkness. And as I stood there, I started to all of a sudden realize that I could kind of make out the shapes of the trees. And then I could kind of see the trail a little bit. And when I walked, I could feel the roots of the trees that go across the trail. And I could touch them with my feet as I walked. And instead of going back up to my car, I decided to keep going down the trail. And I just walked very slowly by myself, knowing that there was this place waiting for me down there. And I noticed as I walked that I could see more and more. My eyes were adjusting. And then I started to see light shatter through the darkness, coming through the trees and onto the path in front of me and around. And then I looked up and I saw that the moon had broken up over the hill. So then I was like ecstatic and like happy and just like, this is it. This is awesome. You know, like, this is what this is about. This is why I'm here. And then I kept walking, and then I heard music. And I was like, okay, now I'm tripping or something. I don't know what's going on. And and as I walked down the trail, it started getting louder and louder. And then I was like, wait a minute, I know that song. And it was a Grateful Dead song. And kept going down, and it got louder and louder. And then I realized that there was actually somebody down there with a guitar playing like one of my favorite songs from the Grateful Dead. And then I was like running down there at that point. And I went down there, and there were these guys camping who actually had gone to the same high school as I did. And I told them, you know, my flashlight died and all this. And they're like, oh, that's great. You know, like, you're here now. Like, here, have a beer. I'm like, I don't drink. I'm 16, you know. And I was a good kid at that point before I was ruined the next year. And, yeah. And so I just was with them at the fire, and they were all, you know, having all sorts of fun. And I sang along with all these songs that they were playing. And it was right there at the campsite that my family used to camp, right by the river, right above the waterfalls. And they gave me batteries, that they had extra batteries. And then I ended up, you know, hanging out and then thinking, oh, my mom's probably wondering where the hell I am now. And so I eventually left and went back and met them. But that's why, you know, it's not the most, like, glorious animal. It's not the eagle or, you know, the biggest mammal or anything. It's a little insect. But when I think about my spirit animal, it's not hard to know what it is. And that was, the cricket is the key to my awakening, and that's my story.
And
Thank you for asking.
yeah, because after you said it, I made a little drawing of a cricket.
Oh, look at that.
And then we read our names on it, so you can remember us by. And I hope you will enjoy it.
Yeah, thank you. That is beautiful. Thank you so much. It's so good, too.
Thank you.
On a leaf.
On the leaf, yeah. Look at that. See, you were listening. You weren't that drunk. Yeah. Yeah.
Nice.
Oh, that's awesome. So, yeah. Sometimes it pays to just shut everything down and listen to what's going on.